Welcome to Health News and Views, a podcast dedicated to bringing some clarity to the health disparities in the Black and Brown communities. If you believe there's a connection between food, sickness, and health, then you're in the right place. Let's begin the process of unraveling the truth. And now, your host, Lynn Pete.
Greetings and welcome back to another episode of Health News and Views, Food, the Final Frontier. Hi, I'm your host, Lynn Pete. Do you know how amazing you are? More than that, your creator. Do you know how amazing your creator is? Well, you do look marvelous on the outside. And your inside, magnificent. Today, the focus is on your inside. A collection of mind-blowing, intricate processes that has systems that keep us looking and feeling great. And we will review some of the fascinating things that your body can do without any help from you. So just go on with your life. The internal committee is working on your behalf. Your creator has put in place a system that all other worldly mechanisms and schematics attempt to emulate. And there is nothing more complicated, yet simple, than the human body. Let's take a look. But first, our disclaimer that the subject matter provided in this podcast or any of our other published documents is for informational purposes only. Food, the Final Frontier, and our partner Health News and Views, we do not attempt to treat, diagnose, or cure any disease or condition. Always check with your healthcare provider before making any lifestyle, dietary, or prescription drug changes. Here's a quick food fact. Did you know that your body does not require sugar? You may have heard me say this before in previous podcasts. We've been told that sugar is energy, and yes, that's true. But here's the twist. The human body doesn't need sugar, not our intake of sugar anyway. It makes its own. That's right, the liver has a quiet talent called gluconeogenesis, and it converts protein or fats into glucose when needed. So even if you never ate a candy bar ever again, your body would still power the brain and muscles without our consumption of eating sugar. So let's get started. There's a couple of processes that we go through on a daily basis that we probably don't give a whole lot of credence to. But I wanted to let you know, first of all, and there's about 10 of these here, that you have a built-in thermostat. That's all right. If you step outside on a chilly day and you shiver, jog in the summer sun, and you sweat, but you did not tell your body to do that, well, that's because inside your brain, there's something called the hypothalamus. And it acts like a personal thermostat, keeping you around 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit. It expands blood vessels to cool you down, and it constricts them to hold in heat. No batteries, no app, just biology. Then also, your cycle of blood, the circle of blood. Now, you know, the heart pumps blood to the entire body. But what happens next is just amazing. Once that oxygen-rich blood is used up, your body's venous system, or veins, returns it to the lungs. And that's where it gets cleansed and oxygenated and gets passed back to the heart. And the clean blood goes right back out again. And it's a full-body recycling system that's on repeat every single second. No manual needed, just a marvel. How about food? Our fuel factory, that sandwich you had for lunch, is broken down into nutrients, vitamins, and energy that your cells absorb like little solar panels. Vitamins and minerals from food get absorbed in the stomach and the small intestine. But here's the catch. Garbage in, that's garbage out. If you give your body junk, it still tries to make energy, but it struggles. Kind of like trying to run a luxury car in muddy water. Well, let's begin our mindful eating by questioning if what we're eating, is this for the body or just for our taste buds? Are we eating to live or living to eat? Both would be ideal, wouldn't it? What will this do for me, though? But those are the questions of a mindful eater. What about the blood? The blood cells are renewed every 120 days. Your body can destroy old blood cells or damaged cells and make new ones. And the spleen, do you ever hear, what's my spleen for? Well, that spleen is on duty all the time, filtering and clearing millions of red blood cells every minute. And during each pass, the older or less flexible cells are identified, and that inspection happens in seconds or less as the blood is filtered. It's around 2 million cells every second. Imagine having to change your car tires every few months and doing it in your sleep and without lifting a finger. That's what your body's doing for you. Guess what else it can do? It can rebuild your skeleton. And you may have heard me mention this before in a previous podcast. But every 7 to 10 years, you get a brand new skeleton. Bone tissue is constantly breaking down and building up, especially after you get older or an injury. And the skeleton will adapt to your activity. Do you ever hear that astronauts lose bone density while they're in space, yet athletes and people who are walking and moving gain it on Earth? So your body listens to what you do with a silent architecture. What about your skin cells? You've heard me say this too. Your skin cells are replaced every 2 to 4 weeks, and your skin is constantly shedding and regenerating. It's your body's first line of defense. Their stomach lining, that's replaced every few days. Your brain, while you sleep, your brain clears out any unused connections and makes room for stronger ones. It's literally tidying up itself. Your liver, even if 70% of your liver is removed, it can grow back. That's not fiction. That's your body at work. DNA, your DNA repair enzymes are constantly scanning and fixing damage to your cells millions of times per day. Immune surveillance, well, your body identifies and destroys thousands of potentially harmful cells daily, oftentimes called zombie cells, many of which could have become cancerous if left unchecked. Let's not forget the ultimate control tower, the human brain. Weighing about 3 pounds, it's 73% water, but 100% genius. Every second, your brain processes millions of bits of information from your sight, sound, touch, and smell, and while also running your heartbeat, breathing, hormones, and emotional responses all at the same time. And here's the kicker. Your eyes can send over 10 million bits of data per second. Your ears detect vibrations and send signals to your brain to decode things like music and speech and warning sounds. And your brain, it processes input in less than 13 milliseconds. That's faster than you can actually blink. But it doesn't stop there. There's more. Not much more, but there's more. Just for in the interest of time, there's storage. Your brain can store up to 2.5 petabytes of data. That's equivalent to over 1 million 4K movies. Do you know a 4K movie is a digital format that they use with a resolution of pixels horizontally? Most movies, a full HD movie, providing a more vivid and realistic viewing experience. That brain can retrieve memories on demand, often triggered by a smell, a sound, or an emotion. With this storage unit, you can learn languages, solve puzzles, draw connections, even while you sleep. And dream, you dream vividly, imagine possibilities, and create what never existed before. Wow. You're able to adapt through something called neuroplasticity, and rewiring it, and the brain can rewire itself after injury or trauma. Let's add a little creativity, and some of us can draw. Others compose symphonies. Some people can master numbers or decode secret messages. Genetics, yes, that does play a role, but environment, exposure, and the unique way the brain is wired and inspired is another reason why we want to ensure that we include diversity in our thinking. So, whether you're a mathematician or a dancer, a poet, problem solver, your brain is crafting connections uniquely your own. No plugins, no upgrades, no duplicates. Just divine by design. So, the next time you look in the mirror, take a moment. You're not looking at just skin and bones. You're looking at a self-healing, self-cleaning, self-regulating, adaptive miracle with billions of years of fine-tuning under its belt. And the best part is, it's yours. You didn't buy it. You didn't build it. You were gifted with it. The ultimate machine. Now, how are you going to take care of it? Until next time, stay curious, stay grateful, and treat your body like the masterpiece that it already is. Make it a powerful day and let someone else know how magnificent they are. Share what you learned today and come back soon. There's so much more to talk about. Peace.